Welcome to the Mystic Psychology Podcast. I am really happy that you are here in the space where your spirit meets your everyday life and your energy becomes your guide. I'm Charlotte and I'm here to walk beside you as you reconnect with your truth, your intuition, and the deeper layers of who you truly are. Welcome to the Mystic Psychology Podcast. I am so happy you're here. And if you're new to my podcast, I'm Charlotte. I'm the founder of the Mystic Psychology Academy, which supports people finding into their unique energetic gifts, back into their intuition, and remembering who they really are by teaching energy work and combining it with coaching and many other things. In this episode today, I want to go into the topic of 2026. What is waiting for us? Where are we right now energetically in this world? And what is the best thing we can do to support the upcoming energies and also to support our path in the next year. So I really want to go into what is the current energy, what will be coming 2026, 2027, and the next years. What is AI, or better said, how can AI support us on this path? And how do we deal with all these things? What our right hemisphere of the brain has to do with it? And also, what is important right now, right? So, we have been kind of living in a parallel development right now. And the parallel development is it's two things that I see. One side, that more and more people are getting into this dynamic of wanting to develop their personality. So going into personal development, going into spirituality, reconnecting to their self, asking the questions of who am I really? And what am I here to do in this world? What does it mean for me to live? And what is life? And all these philosophical questions. And for some people, it's more a psychological process. For other, it's a more spiritual process. It doesn't matter, but there's this tendency of really wanting to reconnect with self, with the truth, and asking what is the truth. So the second development I can see is the technological development. So parallel to that, technology is rising and developing more and more fast. Actually, it's not even developing more and more fast. It's been there, but it's being more implemented in our daily lives, into the mainstream life, right? So both these developments kind of go parallel. And there's also a reason for it because energetically, life is always trying to balance. So on one side, technology is coming, and technology is really like artificial intelligence. What is coming is really the perfect tool to support us as humans in doing things that we don't have the capacity to do it in the same way. So it's more the left hemisphere of our brain. For example, logic, all the logical processes, all the structural processes, all the processes that take the logic mind, the left hemisphere, planning, doing certain things like that takes a lot of details, or mathematics, or all these kind of things in the right hemisphere. It's more the emotional part. It's more the part of our brain that is focused on creativity, on intuition, on all the things that make us human, going inwards. So artificial intelligence is really giving us the opportunity to turn inwards and go more to the right hemisphere of the brain, asking more questions of what is it that actually makes us human? What is it that actually is worth living for? and also giving it time and space to do that, because artificial intelligence is taking over the parts that took us a lot of time, but now we are kind of getting set free from it to concentrate on the other things. Now, my guides have been telling me that we're moving into an era of frequency. So the thing is that with all that happening, it's the overall topic is frequency. So we are learning about energy. We're learning about that everything is vibration and frequency. And this is the overall topic, moving into the era of frequency and vibration. And that doesn't only affect energy work, and it's nothing woo woo. It actually affects all spaces in life. So, all, for example, chemistry, food, technology, you see it with quantum computers coming. So there's in every field in this life, there will be this topic of frequency and vibration and technologies that will allow us to work with frequency and vibrations. And when I talk about technologies, I don't only talk about electronics. I don't only talk about things that are computers, but technologies is also ourself moving into the direction of learning to work with energy and vibration. So making the unseen seen. And this is actually what we currently are not able to grasp yet in the whole sense. But we are just in the very, very, very beginning of this era to understand that we're beings of frequency and vibration, and that we can work with frequency and vibration not only through computers, but ourselves, because our body itself is also like a machine. Our whole system is like a machine. Our whole energetic system is like a machine. So we're just in the beginning of learning that. And what will be important, especially now, because 2025 was kind of a year that was opening us up for these kind of topics. They were opening us up for getting prepared, to getting more in touch with who we really are as a human race, as a human being, as individual, and reconnecting to our truth. So 2025 was really shedding the skins and starting to really shed those skins like an onion. You have an onion and it's like the peels are coming down more and more, so we can actually reconnect to a deeper truth. And that deeper truth is reconnecting to the inside. And this is the whole process that we're going through, because our system and our conditioning was that we are more conditioned to look in the outside, to be goal achieving, to be successful, to have money, to find value and define ourselves with everything in the outside. The job, the partnership, the money, whatever you take, the health. Of course, health is an important topic, but I mean, we're defining ourselves through it. And now it's coming more moving inwards and seeing, oh my God, it's more. I am more than just my body. I am more than just my finances, my job, my partnership, my health. There's even more than that. And it's not being found in the outside, but in the inside. And when I connect to that, then I find, who am I really? And that kind of answers the question for who am I and what am I here supposed to do? Because a lot of people have that question and are looking for it in the outside. But actually, this question is being found in the inside. And once we start this process, and that is the process is currently going on, and then we start to understand what frequency, energy, vibration is. And we start working with it. We start living it. We start seeing a different perspective of life. And this is the era we're moving into. And now I know, and I know it for myself, that this process can be very painful, and also being very impatient. Like, why am I not there? Why am I not this? this is not how it works. Actually, it's about arriving in the here and now, arriving in this current moment, in this moment, in the present moment. And when I'm in the present moment and reconnecting to my intuition, to my inside, then I can see what wants to be birthed. Then I can see what wants to be brought to the outside from the inside. So you see, it's a kind of reversed way of living. Instead of going from I want to achieve, achieve, and want, and running after it, it's starting to being reversed. I'm going in the inside first and becoming present and sees what wants to come through me. And then I start walking and following that path. So from going from 2025 to 2026, it's going to be already a lot more light, because 25 was really breaking the barriers. It was breaking through those walls that we built inside through our conditioning, through how we live, how we are used to live. And it's already started before, but 2025 was kind of like the year of now, okay, final breakdown, shedding the skins full on. And it's a process that's already been going on for years. And of course it's not stopping, but it's kind of changing, because what's changing in it is that we are still in the process of transformation and healing the shadows and healing the wounds of our past and conditioning. But now it is coming into a more fruitful and more in a way of that it's growing. The seed has been said, put in the earth, and now the plant is coming out. It's already seeing the sun, it's seeing the lights. The plant is already growing. So that is the way 2026 will be. The plant is coming out of the darkness into the light, out of the soil, and it's already creating. It's already creating the new in the outside, not anymore just in the dark space, getting prepared and shedding the skins and breaking through the seed, but actually coming through the soil, going into the light, and actually bringing to the world what you want to bring to the world. Now, a lot of people get stressed, and believe me, I know that feeling as well. Getting stressed of, but what is my mission? What am I here to do? No, this is not how it works. It's not something in the outside like I am becoming a lawyer now, or I'm doing exactly this project. It's more or less a frequency that you embody. It's becoming connected to who you really are. And from that point, it's just your energy field vibrating in a certain way that attracts certain things that allow you to bring things to the world. So, for example, instead of, and that was the life before we would be thinking, I need to know certainly how a project looks like that I want to bring to this world. It has to be, I'll just say anything. I want to become a coach, specialized in women that WY, I don't know, that are looking to find their purpose, for example. Or I want to become a lawyer, or I want to become a doctor. And I know exactly the path, and now I'm doing it. Now it's more like I'm reconnecting to myself. I'm feeling what is my truth. Does that feel true to me to go that step? Does that feel true to me what this person is just telling me? And I'm embodying that frequency, that vibration. So, for example, I would feel like, okay, when a person comes and tells me, do you want to do the project with me for supporting women? And then you feel into yourself and you feel like, no, that is not my truth, then you don't do it. But if you feel like, ah, yes, my heart is opening and I feel this is my truth, you start doing it. So, regarding this, you see, it's a change of perspective, it's a change of how we deal and work with things. And it has much more uncertainty than we are used to. And it's about embodying that we're allowed to be uncertain, that we're allowed to be in that kind of space in order to move forward, because uncertainty comes there when we have not experienced something yet. So if you're certain about something, it's because you already know it, because it's already been conditioned in your life, because you have already in some way learned that how it works. But embodying something new, embodying something that is not here yet, is learning to deal with uncertainty and regulating the nervous system by coming back into the present moment, to your breath, and just be like, it's okay. It's okay to be there. And this is going to be 2026. Will be for sure going more inwards, finding your truth, becoming that plant that already sees the sunlight. So you're already growing what you have been working on the last year or 2 or 3 or 4 or your whole life. So this is a beautiful moment, because we're in a moment of absolute transformation. And that can bring uncertainty and uncomfortable, and it's normal. And that is important to know, that it's normal. So for 2026, it is the phoenix rising, the flower coming out of the soil. It is becoming the frequency. It is becoming you want to be connected to your truth, living your truth, and having the courage to do so, rather than still feeling stuck in the darkness, in the old conditioning of our society. And AI is supporting us to do so, actually, because we get more time through AI to concentrate on all these aspects of becoming and remembering who we really are. So, of course, this is not only 2026, it's a process of the next years coming. And I'm very excited about it, because my guides have been showing me and telling me that it's just unbelievable how special it is to be here in this moment on this planet Earth. It is so special to be here at this point of life, because we get to be here in a very new, like very beginning of a new era, of the era of frequency, vibration, and energy. And we get the possibility to actually in our bodies, without having to leave our bodies and reincarnate again, but actually go through that shift in our bodies, feel that change in our bodies. And that is what makes it so special, because before we couldn't, because we didn't have the capacity, our bodies didn't have the vibrational capacity to go through these kind of changes. So we had to leave our bodies and reincarnate again. But this time we have the possibility, and that is what makes it so special. So if you have questions to 2026 and what is coming up, please ask me. I love answering questions. I'm so much more better than answering questions than just talking out of the blue. Write me on Instagram, write me in YouTube down there, write me an email, write me over my webpage, whatever feels good for you. And I see you, I hear you, and I feel you, because we're all connected. Thank you for being here, for your time, for listening, and showing up for your own personal path. If something touched you today, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. And make sure to subscribe and get my weekly newsletter. You can always go deeper at mystic-psychology.com or find me on Instagram. I'd really love to connect to you in person, read your comments and messages. So until next time, stay close to your soul and trust what you feel, follow your intuition, and I can't wait to connect with you again.